Hi, I'm Anish. Please take a break with me on Opera Tech Break. So our first question is from Gao Tin E from Taiwan. What is the thing that TV browsers can do, but PC's browsers cannot? As users, we're not used to switching on our TV and trying to download a web browser. We're used to doing that on the PC. We download a web browser, we enter our favorite URL, and we go out there to surf the internet. But what happens on TV is these browsers are actually integrated inside the television by the manufacturers who get the browser from us. The browser is the same. It runs the same engine as the desktop browser that you're familiar with. They take this browser, they embed it inside their TVs, and then they use the browser for a very different use case. This may or may not be full web browsing, but at least it's used for rendering the user interface that you see on the TV. So maybe you don't see a web browser interface with a URL bar and a back and forward button, but the whole web page that you see there is actually written in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and it requires a modern web browser like Opera to be rendered on your TV. All right, time for one more question. And this one's from iChiu14 from China, who asks, I would like to know how Opera for TV is going to solve the problem that the internet is growing bigger, but the users only have limited attention on it. That's quite an interesting take on this topic, but it's actually also a perfect question in the context of TV. Because TV is meant to be traditionally a lean back experience. And we believe as well at Opera that we'd like to lean back, pick up our remote controls, and then surf the internet on the TV in a lean back fashion. Now, how can we achieve this? Keeping in mind that we said that we do not really want to enter a URL on a TV and try and browse our favorite site. Well, there are many angles that you could think about. For example, if I'm watching my favorite TV show, following my football team, I might want to share with my friends what I'm watching. It's a phenomenon called social TV. I could just pick up my remote control, press a couple of buttons, and hey, on my Twitter feed, it's broadcasting exactly what I'm watching. A friend sitting in another part of the world can click on the link on my Twitter feed and tune to the same channel if he has access to it. That's one dimension. Another interesting use case for internet on the TV is with regards to exploring more about what you're watching. Let's take an example. Let's say I'm watching a movie and I'd like to know more information about who the actor is, who the director is, and what other movies they've starred in. I should be able to pick up my remote control again, press a couple of buttons, and really understand who are the actors in this movie, who is the director of the movie, click on the link, go into Wikipedia, go into IMDb, and pull more information about the other roles they've played or the other movies they've directed. So I think it really opens up the door for combining traditional TV with the internet in a lean back fashion to extract the information that you most care about when you're sitting back on your couch. Okay, let's get another question. Right, this one's from Syed in Saudi Arabia. Hi. What do you think will be the largest thing to compete between other browsers? Or what do you offer more than other TV browsers? I think the first and foremost thing that we offer, which sets us apart from other TV browsers, is that we actually also have a PC browser. And since we try and run the same, or we actually do run the same core engine from our PC browser also in these TVs, it brings the same level of standard support like HTML5, CSS3, the latest fastest JavaScript engine, as well as SVG on these TVs. I think the other thing that really sets us apart is the fact that our browser is used and developed for millions of people on the PC. So just think about the possibilities when you have the whole Opera browser, just as you expect on your PC, on your TV. What do you think? It opens up the door for millions of applications which are web-based on your TV. And that's something unique which we can bring. We announced deals with Sony for their Bravia TVs, with Toshiba, with Sharp, with Philips, who we've been shipping with for a couple of years, with Lerva, with Technisat, and a whole host of set-top box providers around the world, all looking to bring modern HTML5 based applications on your TV. Thanks for sending me all your questions. I really enjoyed answering them and taking a break with you. And stay tuned for more from Opera Tech Break.
Yeah, but I have no idea how to play this.